everybody. Coach Nick here. Welcome to Wednesday's workout of the day. I just want to start the day here, talk about videos and whatnot. I've gotten a lot of great feedback. Just for you guys to utilize them as best as possible, what I recommend doing with these videos at home is following along as you do your workout. So if you're doing this and you have the video on your phone, or if you're maybe casting it up to a larger television display, great. Make sure you have it nearby though, or have a way to pause it and work through the video as you exercise, okay? And at a certain point, once you've gotten to the WOD, you might be able to turn the whole thing off, which is perfectly fine and fantastic. All right, as far as there's a lot of programming on Sugar WOD, which is awesome, right? But that means a lot of choices and decisions. A great way to approach that, I think, just about any day of the week, as long as you don't feel like you're doubling up entirely. You could definitely do like the CrossFit strength workout or the supersets that we're doing right now and pair that up with Rev on applicable days. Or vice versa, you could just do Rev, or you could just do CrossFit and that might be just enough for you. I don't know if I would do Rev and CrossFit in the same day. It depends on how you're feeling and what you're used to doing training wise. Remember, as we talked about in the last PNN, slowly adding volume to your training before you just start jumping into 2 or 3 a day workouts. Remember, slowly build up to that over weeks and months. Something new today as well that I'm introducing, it's already on Sugar WOD for tomorrow. You might have seen it and be like, hey, what's that? It's called the Daily Grease the Groove Challenge. So you maybe heard me talk about this a little bit. Let me know how you like it. But one big thing that I noticed with myself, I use a fitness tracker on my wrist, and I noticed my steps were just way down. I'm spending a lot more time sitting behind a computer now that I'm at home. And I'm sure some of you are in the same boat. But regardless of where you're at, even if you're still working or whatnot, tomorrow's challenge is every 15 or 30 minutes, I want you to get up and do 3 to 5 pump stretches. So that's a down dog and an up dog, okay? As a matter of fact, let's start today, our very first set here, and actually go into our warm-up doing 3 to 5 pump stretches to begin, okay? After that, you're gonna need a kettlebell or a light dumbbell out for the remainder of the warm-up. So follow along. We're gonna start with pump stretches. If you don't know what those are, that is okay. You need about the size of a yoga mat for everything we're gonna do today, including our WOD. So make sure you have that place cleared. If you need to, pause the video at this time to get set up. When I come back, we will start with our daily Grease the Groove challenge. Here we go. So for a pump stretch, it's just the combination of an up dog, a down dog, and a slight twist side to side. Follow along with me here as I do our first set of Grease the Groove challenge. You should do your next set maybe as a cool down after today's workout. Here we go. Feet are gonna be about shoulder width apart, hands about shoulder width apart, and I'm gonna push back through my palm. Hips high, back flat, heels trying to touch the ground, but not quite, getting a good stretch in my calves. After about 2 to 3 seconds, let's go into an up dog. Turn over one shoulder, look to your foot. Turn over your other shoulder, look to your opposite foot. And then look up to the ceiling. That's 1. We have 4 more. Here we go. That's 2. Make sure as you're doing this, especially in the up dog, you're squeezing your butt and bracing your core. That's going to protect your lower back. So right now we go into up dog, squeeze your butt, brace your core, and gently turn. You might not get as big a range of motion there, but that's okay. We're protecting our lower backs. And up. And good. If you're going to go to 5, please continue with 2 more reps. Here's what's going to happen next. We're going to go into our warm-up for today. Please go ahead, pause the video, and please start with at least 5 minutes of some kind of movement. That, again, could be marching in place if you don't feel like going outside, or the weather's not nice. That could be a combination of jumping jacks, mountain climbers, marches in place, running in place, random movements, but just move for the next 5 minutes. If you have a bike or you're able to go for a quick jog or power walk outside, let's go do that right now. See you in 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1, begin. Okay, we're back, so you should be a little warmer at this point. Let's go right into some movement flow. Remember, a couple days ago, we did a movement called a 90-90 position. We're gonna build upon that into a movement flow piece today. So, start seated on the ground with me. Go ahead, get your position. Foot on top of your knee, your other foot out. And all I want you to do, you're gonna turn your feet or knees straight up to the ceiling. Straight down. Now, once you're here, you're gonna use your backhand push up, squeeze your glutes, drive your hips up, sit back down. Knees up, knees to the ground, squeeze your glutes. Feel your hip flexors opening up, sit down. Knees up. Good, we're at about 3 or 4 reps. Let's continue to 10. Use your hands as much as you need to. If you're like, Nick, I got this, and you can stay in the same spot, try to do it without your hands. A little bit of movement flow piece here. Again, we're doing this one today for some internal and external hip rotation. We got 2 more. Go into 10. Last one. Very good. Next up, we're gonna do 5 face the wall squats. This is where you need a kettlebell, a slam ball, or a dumbbell. I'm gonna use the slam ball on this demonstration just because I think the kettlebell is pretty self-explanatory and the dumbbell is almost as self-explanatory as the kettlebell. So all you're gonna do, find a wall. If you don't have a wall, that's okay. Hang the weight straight down in front of you like so. All we're gonna do from here is squat. So stance is about shoulder width apart. I like to turn my toes slightly out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Go ahead, last movement here. We're gonna do 5 power swings. If you have a kettlebell, pull out that kettlebell. We're gonna start it on the ground, hike it back, and just swing it up once. Down. 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 And down. Fantastic. What if you don't have a kettlebell? What should you do instead of power swings? If you're inside today, very simply put, we could do the following movement. We're looking for something explosive. So all we're gonna do is some weighted jumps. I'm gonna use a slam ball for this next one. We're gonna do 5 of these. Try not to go into a full squat if you don't have to. Okay, we're just trying to get some explosive movement like we would on the kettlebell. You could do that same variation with the dumbbell. Please be careful how you hold the weights so you don't hurt yourself. Should be very comfortable however you do it. Let's go ahead, let's go through that warm up again for at least 3 to 4 more rounds. You should be out of breath like I'm starting to get by the end of this. If you don't feel out of breath or warmed up, please add an additional round, go 4 or 5 rounds. Again, 90-90 flow, 10 times, 5 wall squats, and 5 power swings. Go ahead, pause the video at this point if you want to, or back it up so you can replay the demos again, and we'll get back together here as soon as you're done with the warm-up. Here we go, folks. 3, 2, 1, warm it up. Let's go ahead. Our strength work today is as follows. It's gonna be 10 back squats, or if you don't have a barbell, it's gonna be the most challenging or heaviest type of weighted squat that you can do at home. Now, there's a bunch of different great variations that you could do for this movement today. Let's just list off a couple. We already did one in our warm-ups. If you were able to grab a heavy kettlebell, you could continue with just a kettlebell face a wall squat, or just a in the middle of the room squat. That'd be totally fine. I'll demo that in just a moment. If you have a kettlebell or a heavy slam ball or heavy dumbbells, you can load up with those, either 1 or 2 of each of those, depending on how much gear you have. I'll demo the single arm version for kettlebell squats and whatnot. I'll also demo a slam ball squat and how you could make all of these more difficult. If you have double kettlebells, you're set. You're trying to go as heavy as you can while being able to complete all 10 reps today. If you're on the barbell, this should be a lighter, medium weight, something where you comfortably finish all these reps, but you'll definitely feel fatigued after 5 sets. Again, we're gonna do 5 sets of 10 squats, okay? These should be more difficult than the squats you've seen so far in the at-home programming in the WODs, because this is our strength piece. We want this to be a little bit more challenging. So let's go ahead, kind of think what piece of equipment is gonna be right for you, and let's get after it. I'll let you get your gear out. If you need to pause the video at this point, go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back on your mat or in your space here for squats. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, folks, welcome back here. I'm taking my watch off. That's a good idea, especially if you're gonna do some kettlebell squats. You don't wanna break the screen. So let's start with the kettlebell today. All right, we already did this movement in part A with a slam ball. You could repeat that movement if you have a heavy kettlebell. That happens to be my heaviest weight I have at home. Here's what you're gonna wanna do. This would be a really great variation if you definitely can't, the kettlebell's heavy enough you can't clean it up or pick it up. Here's what I would do today. Get into your squat stance, feet are about shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out, kettlebell's in line almost with my ankles, and I'm just gonna squat down, grab the bell, stand up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth, okay? Now, you're never gonna rest completely on the ground with that, so try to keep up a constant movement. If you have some kettlebell skills, or you are able to get this kettlebell up, 2 really, really great variations of kettlebell squats you could do today. Again, if it's really heavy, a heavy goblet squat's gonna be super challenging for 10 reps, would look like the following. If that's still too easy, go ahead, throw in a pause. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. And so forth, okay? Don't lose tension if you're gonna be doing pause squats on these 10 reps today. I guarantee after 10 reps of that, if that's not difficult, I don't know what will be. Next movement, if the goblet squat's too easy, or you picked you have a lighter weight and you wanna make it more challenging, something different than goblet squats, we could do a single arm kettlebell front squat today. Clean it up, elbow in tight to your side. I would do 10 on my right, 10 on my left. And so forth, okay? A lot of other variations you could do today. We could do that slam ball squat like we did in warm-ups. Make it more difficult by slowing down the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All the way to 10. That would be really, really, really nasty today, doing some tempo work. And of course, the dumbbell. You do front rack hold across your collarbones. Again, if you do not have a super heavy weight, I think tempo work could be a great add-on today. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you've done at least several warm-up sets of lighter weight or building in weight, go ahead and begin your 5 sets of 10. After each set, please take a 2-minute break and then start your next set up. Go ahead at this time, you can pause the video and start your strength portion right away. I'll leave the infographic up in the corner so you can easily follow along. Ready? Here we go, class. Welcome back, friends. Hopefully your strength portion went well. Make sure to track and record all your numbers in Sugar WOD or in a notebook or however you're recording, so you know what to do next time you see 10 rep squats come up. Here's what we have today for our workout of the day. We have 3 5-minute AMRAPs, and in between each AMRAP, we're gonna have a 3-minute rest, okay? So On that 3, what's really, really important today is that during the 5 minutes, there's non-stop movement. You should be busting your butt to move again, move again, move again. Now, your goal also should be to maintain or do a similar set number of rounds and reps each of the 3 5-minute AMRAPs. Today, you're gonna start with the following: 9 push-ups, 7 swings, slam balls, or dumbbell hang snatches, 5 goblet squats. The second 5-minute AMRAP is gonna be 9 swings, 9 squats, 5 push-ups. The third 5-minute AMRAP is gonna be 9 squats, 7 push-ups, 5 swings. Each AMRAP is gonna be 9, 7, 5, but the movements are rotating, okay? The movements are rotating. You should end up having to do each movement 9 reps, 7 reps, 5 reps, okay, at some point today. Again, let's focus back on our first 5-minute AMRAP of 9 push-ups, 7 swings, 5 goblet squats. It's gonna be, here's how it could look if we go through one round together, okay? First up, 9 push-ups. And so forth. If you need to, you can do these push-ups from your knees. Whatever we do today though, make sure your hips stays off the ground at all times, all right? Should look like the following. You should pick a variation of push-up today that you're comfortable doing 9 reps in a row of. Next up, we have 7 kettlebell swings. Feet are gonna be about hip width apart. Kettlebell's gonna be right under our shoulders, and we're just going to swing. After the 7 swings, we're gonna finish with 5 goblet squats, okay? I'm gonna go something a little lighter today so I can keep moving. If you only have one piece of gear and maybe that gear is too heavy, like it's a heavy kettlebell like I have, you can simply just do 5 regular air squats today. If you do have a second lighter object, or you have a very heavy book, or anything, or a jug of water, go ahead and grab it. A lot of different ways you could hold it. Now, you're gonna do non-stop movement for that 5-minute AMRAP, rest for 3 minutes. Then, you're gonna go into your next 5-minute AMRAP. Again, is 9 swings, 7 squats, 5 push-ups. Your last 5-minute AMRAP, 9 squats, 7 push-ups, 5 kettlebell swings. Your goal is to stay pretty consistent throughout and try to get the same or improve how many rounds and reps that you do. That's gonna get pretty gross, okay? Do your best, try to keep moving. Have a great workout, friends, and we'll see you tomorrow.